Hey, before we dive in, make sure to hit subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear if anything in this story hits home for you. It started with a text that felt harmless, almost casual. She sent me a photo of her coffee cup at the cafe we used to go together, and beneath it, she typed, "He actually reached out, wants another chance." Can you believe that? I stare at my phone, my coffee cooling in my hand, feeling a chill run down my spine. Who was he? Why was she telling me this? I tried to laugh it off, telling myself it didn't matter, but her words lingered. That night, I found myself checking my phone every few minutes, reading her messages over and over, searching for meaning where maybe there wasn't any. Then the missed calls started. Tiny things, little patterns I ignored at first. Calls you ignore from me. Forgotten texts, excuses that didn't feel convincing. At first, I blamed myself. Maybe I was imagining it. Maybe I was being paranoid. I tried to rationalize every little thing. But when I came home one evening to find her laptop closed abruptly as I entered the room, I felt a flicker of unease I couldn't shake. Her eyes, normally warm when she saw me, avoided mine that night. She smiled, sure, but it didn't reach her eyes. Then came the late-night messages. A name that kept appearing in her phone notifications. A name I didn't recognize at first, until one night I caught a glimpse. I shouldn't have looked, I know that. But curiosity, suspicion, and heartbreak mixed together until I couldn't resist. My hand shook as I read. "I can't stop thinking about you. When can we see each other?" The world tilted. My stomach sank. Every memory. The dinner we shared last week, the lazy Sunday mornings, the quiet laughter in the kitchen, suddenly felt like a mask. I kept asking myself if I had missed something. Was I blind to what was happening in front of me? Could I have done something differently? The questions tormented me, gnawing at my chest day and night. I remember the night I finally confronted her. I didn't yell. I didn't storm out. I just sat there in the living room, my hands gripping the edge of the couch. And I said quietly, "Is there someone else?" She froze. Her eyes darted to the floor. Her lips quivered, and in that pause, I felt the world collapse around me. Then, almost whispering, she admitted it. "Yes, it's complicated." He reached out, and I didn't know what I wanted. I never meant to hurt you. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw something, anything, at the wall to match the storm in my chest. But instead, I did something I hadn't expected. I took one quiet step away. I turned toward the door, my heart hammering so loudly I thought she could hear it. And I left. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I didn't ask for promises I knew would never be kept. I simply walked. In the days that followed, the memories haunted me. I replayed everything. The way she laughed at jokes that weren't funny. The night she worked late. The casual mentions of his ex. I realized that so many small moments, once comforting, had been quietly hollow. Trust, I learned, isn't just about faith. It's about the absence of doubt. And now, doubt had poisoned every corner of my life. I felt anger, yes, but beneath that, there was sadness I hadn't expected. Sadness of the version of us that could have been, the future I had imagined and now would never see. I mourned the love I had given freely, thinking it was reciprocated, only to discover that love alone isn't always enough to save a heart. She tried to reach out. She tried to explain. Her words tumbled over each other, apologies mixed with rationalizations, tears falling in a desperate attempt to reclaim something that was gone. I listened, and I felt the tug of what once was. But I had taken that quiet step for a reason. I had chosen self-respect over heartbreak masquerading as love. Walking away wasn't the end. It was the beginning of me reclaiming myself. Slowly, painfully, I rebuilt the trust in my own judgment. I let the silence heal me, the absence of betrayal gradually filling me with clarity. And in that quiet, I discovered something I hadn't realized in years. Peace doesn't come from keeping someone in your life. It comes from protecting your own heart. I don't hate her. I don't relish her guilt or her regrets. I simply accept that some stories aren't meant to continue, no matter how deeply they begin. That night, when I walked out the door, I left behind more than a relationship. I left behind a version of myself willing to forgive something unforgivable. And that, I realized, was worth everything. Life moves on, slowly and unevenly. Some days are harder than others. Some memories sting sharp, and sometimes, late at night, I still hear her laugh echoing in my mind. But each day, each step forward, reminds me that I am whole, that I am enough, and that I no longer need someone to validate my worth. So, if you've ever been caught between love and betrayal, remember this. The quiet steps, the ones you take for yourself, are often the ones that change everything.